Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have 2 immolation auras at the same time? How about 3? How about 4? How about 5? Seems pretty crazy, right? Well, it's actually possible with one of Havoc's brand new capstone talents, Fire Inside, coming in patch 10.2, and it's going to completely change the way we play Havoc. Immolation Aura was always a press it and forget it ability. You wanted to keep it up because it was a little extra passive AoE damage while you did all the other cool stuff in your arsenal. Once we got to Shadowlands, we started to see a little more functionality added into Immolation Aura. Unbound Chaos became a huge part of our damage, along with the Night Fae legendary that made the Hunt activate Immolation Aura, meaning 2 Unbound Chaoses to spend back to back. Then, as we moved into Dragonflight, we got Ragefire. Immolation Aura finally had a solid place in our kit that not only provided us with resource generation, but also funneled in a big portion of our damage. If you want to learn how Ragefire exactly works under the hood, I made a deep dive video explaining it step by step. It might seem a little unnecessary, but understanding it could very well help you get the most damage out of it as possible. I'll put a link in the top right of this video and down in the description. Season 2 of Dragonflight found us shifting away from the Ragefire-centric talents, leaving Immolation Aura to be nothing but a resource generator. And here's the thing, it wasn't even worth pressing. We were getting enough fury through Fell Rush and Isolated Prey that it legitimately just wasn't worth pressing buttons like Immolation Aura or Fellblade. It was tragic. But anyway, all of that is in the past now because our resource problem has been fixed, and we've been given this fancy new talent called a Fire Inside, which gives us 2 usable charges of Immolation Aura and a 30% chance whenever we use a charge to instantly refresh a charge. And before you ask, yes, these procs can happen back to back, to back, to back, to back, to back. So you can have up to 5 Immolation Aura buffs rolling at once. It's actually coded to allow 7, but I don't think anyone has ever hit that jackpot yet. Now that we have 5 identical Immolation Aura buffs on us, what else does this mean? Well, each one of those buffs is giving us a slow drip feed of Fury. They're each affected individually by Growing Inferno, Burning Wound, and they can each give their own Ragefire buff. Sounds like a lot of buffs, right? 5 Immolation Auras plus 5 Ragefires? How are you supposed to keep track of all that? Well, I've put together a little Weakaura pack that I'll probably be updating and optimizing as we go through this tier, but you can even adjust it to your liking. The foundation is there for you to build upon. Okay, so this will be a quick overview of the Weakaura. It's going to come in a package. Inside of the package, there are 2 separate Weakauras. There's one that alerts you when you get a Fire Inside proc or you get a new charge of Immolation Aura to use. The second Weakaura is the Ragefire Explosion Weakaura, which starts stacking up your Ragefire buff icons along the bottom here. They'll have the clock swipe to show the duration left on them before they explode. It'll also show the amount of damage being stored in each one. As they get towards the end of their duration, they'll glow, and they will also have a don't move sound alert once they get to the end. You are more than welcome to turn off the sound alert. If you want to get rid of the sound, you can go to conditions and then just remove this first condition, one that says sound, and that's all you'll need to do. You can do that for all of them. And it's up to you. You can choose how you want them to display. If you go to group, you can change the size with the group scale option, make them bigger, smaller. You could choose which way you want them to grow. So right now they're growing from the right to the left as you get them. You can make them go from the bottom up. They can go top down, however you want to set it up on your screen. I have mine set up this way. It's just my preference at the moment. So I'll give you a quick example of what it looks like. So here you'll see we have 2 Immolation Aura charges. So I'm going to use one. You can see I have another charge to use, so it's going to alert me. There we go. So we can see we have 2 Ragefires going along there. One just exploded. And the next one is about to explode. There we go. So now you'll see I have 0 charges of Immolation Aura. So I'm about to get one. And it should say Immo proc right here. There it is. So now I know I have another one to spend and another Ragefire on the go. Again, this can stack up all the way to 5. Alright, now that you have that Weakaura and you understand the ins and outs of Ragefire, it's time to go learn how to use it in practice. Check out these videos for build and rotation guides.